Consideration provided by...
At TJ Maxx, you can afford to turn your closet into a place of endless expression with the quality, styles, and prices you love. Max what makes you, you.
Work. Play. Blink. Relief. Work. Play. Blink. Relief.
The only 3-in-1 extended relief formula for dry eyes.
Blink.
What's up, E.T.? Jelly Roll here.
And I'm Ashley McBride. We're so excited to be hosting CMA Fest.
It's going to be the party you won't want to miss.
Of course, that party kicks off Thursday, and you know we're going to be there.
Meanwhile, tomorrow on ET from Nashville, our exclusives with Dierks Bentley, Lauren Elena, and Brian Kelly.
It just gets better and better.
I know, right?
Yeah, but we leave you now with your first look at the second half of Bridgerton Season 3, streaming June 13th on Netflix.
Tick-tock, lady whistle down.
Uh-oh, watch out. Bye, everybody.
Happening now.
A brush fire burns too close to home for people in this neighborhood. I'll tell you what changes they say need to happen to prevent this in the future.
And our weather pattern will be shifting throughout the week, and it will be impacting both storm chances and temperatures. I'm going to have a full update in just a bit.
The president's son in trouble. Hunter Biden going to trial on federal gun charges, how much time he could spend in prison, and the other legal battles he's facing. The news at 5 starts right now.
First at 5, it was too close to home. That's how some people feel about a brush fire this weekend. It burned steps away from their backyard. Some so panicked they had to pick up hoses to keep these flames from reaching their property.
But as Katrina Weber shows us, they say more needs to be done to prevent this kind of danger in the future.
Crews on the fire line crossed lines to get the job done. San Antonio City and Bexar County firefighters working together to battle a brush fire that touched on both areas Sunday afternoon. As they struggled to reach the source of the flames in a heavily wooded area near I-10 and Foster Road, people in nearby neighborhoods worried about their homes.
They did get within 10 feet of our fence, my son's fence. It did char some of it.
The backs of his son's fence and others on the street were blackened, despite the efforts of people using garden hoses to push back the fire. The homeowner here says the heat and smoke were so intense that they didn't just scorch this fence, they actually changed the color of it. It used to be this tan color, now the whole thing has turned gray.
The smoke was very, very heavy. There's a lot of ashes flying over us.
Paul DeBoer says this is the second time since he moved in last July that the area behind his home is burned. He bought the property on Foster Bend thinking it was peaceful.
We wanted the green space just so we didn't have neighbors all around us. And it is a nice location as long as it doesn't catch on fire.
It's still unclear how this fire started, but neighbors told us something has to be done. With the dry, hot weather, they believe more fires among all the trees and grass there are likely.
I think the first thing they have to do is to create some access back there so firemen can get back.
The land where the fire started is private property, and it would be up to the owner to make any changes. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Now, we do have a call into the registered owner of the property, but we have not yet heard back.
New at 5, San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg, one of at least 2 other Texas mayors, heading to Washington, D.C. for an announcement from President Joe Biden. According to a number of officials, the president expected to announce an executive order that would effectively shut down the U.S.-Mexico border to asylum seekers crossing illegally. We learned earlier this afternoon that Nirenberg was invited to D.C. The mayors of Edinburgh and Brownsville also confirmed to be attending. Biden's anticipated executive action could call for shutting down illegal crossings when the U.S.'s 2,500 daily threshold has been exceeded. But unaccompanied children would not be turned away. It would also allow authorities to turn away migrants either to Mexico or their origin country. Biden's announcement could come as early as tomorrow.
We all know that you need to drink plenty of water and slather on the sunscreen in the summertime. But what is happening in your mind when this kind of heat sets in is another thing you might want to consider. The brutal sun can and does affect your mind. Doctors say some people are still recovering from the impact of last summer and the seemingly endless days of triple-digit temperatures. The idea that that same kind of weather is coming this year has people working not only to prepare their bodies, but to also get their minds ready to take it.
Research does show that there is a correlation between higher temperatures and increased irritability, anxiety, and sometimes even depression.
Mental health experts say in extreme cases, excessively hot weather can also lead to aggressive behavior and violence. They suggest cool down your body and your mind. Do some things like hydrating, but also staying indoors, as well as practicing meditation and breathing exercises.
Breathing exercises. You know, I'm a big fan of those, the Wim Hof breathing exercises.
Visualize it's cooler.
Anyway, yeah, if only that would do it. And I will say, unscientific study here just by myself over the years, I notice people tend to get a little irritable as we get drier and drier and we don't get the rain that we need. And I understand. Right? We all want the rain and we need the rain, but unfortunately odds are pretty low right now. 97 in Floresville, Leon Springs, 95, 98 in Mico and Lavernia, just 6 miles south of Lavernia at 98. Notice the clouds have cleared out a little bit locally, but now we're getting the blow-off high clouds from thunderstorms in Mexico that are pushing, well, the high clouds are pushing our way. The storms are not pushing our way, but you see them really blowing up here over Mexico just across the Rio Grande earlier over the past couple of hours. And we're getting those high clouds. I don't think we'll see any rain around here through the evening. 86 at 10 o'clock. By midnight, we're at 82 degrees. Not just the heat, but also the heat index. And we'll talk about how our weather pattern's shifting and what that does to our temperatures and the rain chances in a bit, Steve.
All right, thank you, Adam. A blood drive with a bigger meaning at a critical time when donations have dropped by 25% locally. Tomorrow, there'll be a drive at the Bonham Exchange. The nightclub's been a safe space for the LGBTQ plus community for more than 40 years. Now a safe place for many to give blood, some for the first time. It was only last May that the FDA put out new rules that gay and bisexual men in monogamous relationships could donate blood. The restrictions originally designed to protect the blood supply from HIV, but have been called discriminatory following scientific advances that allowed better HIV detection. Pride Center Executive Director Robert Salcido actually says it aligns well with Pride Month.
So I think it goes along with Pride Month of being authentic and being proud of who we are and proud of the contributions that we make to our communities. This is just another way for us to do it. And I hope that they continue to do blood drives for our community outside of Pride Month as well.
The South Texas Blood and Tissue Center hosting that donation drive tomorrow at Bonham Exchange. It'll be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. History in Mexico. For the first time in the country's history, a woman has been voted president. The Associated Press reporting Claudia Sheinbaum's victory secured early, receiving about 59% of the votes when only 80% of the votes had been counted. Voter turnout for the historic election on a global scale. Voters in Mexico and Mexican nationals across the world and right here in the U.S. waited in line for hours to cast their votes, some up to 10 hours. Sheinbaum, a climate scientist and former Mexico City mayor, she will take over Mexico's presidency from Andrés Manuel López Obrador, but that isn't scheduled to happen for another 4 months. President Joe Biden reportedly issued a statement congratulating Sheinbaum on her historic election, saying he looks forward to working closely with her.
If you buy baby formula, we have an important recall that's been issued that could save your child's health. The FDA says 3 products are on the market right now that could be contaminated with dangerous bacteria. The products include Selac. It's an infant powdered goat milk formula with iron. Also Pharmalac. It is a baby powdered infant formula with iron. And Pharmalac baby powdered infant formula with low lactose. The FDA is concerned that all 3 of these products may be contaminated with Chronobacter. It can cause serious infections of the central nervous system, including sepsis and meningitis, as well as developmental problems and even death. The products are sold in Texas and possibly other locations. No illnesses have reported in this round, but back in 2022, a similar contamination with the same bacteria resulted in 2 deaths. If you have any of these products, immediately discontinue them and contact the manufacturer.
They are devious. They are also convincing. Scammers who first gain your trust and then go for your money. They often do it by pretending to be someone they are not. 12 on her side's Marilyn Moritz tells us which big name companies the crooks are impersonating most often, so you can be on the alert.
$660 million. That's how much scammers stole last year, posing as big-name companies, according to the Federal Trade Commission. The top 3 brands impersonated: Best Buy, Amazon, and PayPal.
These people are just ruthless, and they will destroy a person financially.
Steve knows firsthand. When he got an invoice from PayPal for fake charges, he knew it was bogus, but trying to do the right thing, he called the number he thought was customer service.
Said, oh, so you have a bad charge, we'll take care of that, blah, blah, blah. And unfortunately, I fell for it.
In a sophisticated ruse, he was ripped off for $80,000.
And the business impersonated the most is Best Buy. Take a look. Just today, I got this message from what appears to be Best Buy's Geek Squad.
The logo looks legit. It says my subscription has been renewed and I've been charged. If I don't want it, call the number listed. Thing is, I never had a subscription, and they misspelled hello. But people lost the most money when fraudsters pretended to be from Microsoft, including Dennis and Joy Shockey, who lost $170,000. It started as a computer pop-up for tech support.
That's strange. I'd never seen this, so I called the number.
And you thought you were speaking to Microsoft.
Absolutely.
What followed was an elaborate month-long scheme that ended when Shockey moved his life savings for safekeeping.
They're evil.
For your protection, the FTC says never move your money for safekeeping. Don't click on links in suspicious emails or texts. And if you get an unexpected request, verify it independently. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
In the spotlight on the presidential election, now shifting from the criminal trial of a former president to the first ever trial for a sitting president's son.
Our Washington correspondent Julia Benbrook joins us live from the White House as President Joe Biden's son Hunter called to answer for federal gun charges in Wilmington, Delaware today. This is word comes in that a jury has now been seated. Julia.
That's right. Before the end of the day, 12 jurors and 4 alternates were decided upon. It was a bit of a complicated process because Delaware is one of the smallest states, and it's an area where the Biden family is well known. As they were in the selection process, these prospective jurors were asked if they could remain impartial, regardless of their views of the 2024 presidential election.
Hunter Biden, the son of President Joe Biden, is on trial for gun-related charges. He's accused of illegally purchasing and possessing a gun while abusing or being addicted to drugs, a violation of federal law.
I really think that the only defense that Hunter Biden has is at the time he signed the ATF form, at the time he owned the gun for about 10 days, was he addicted to drugs? Was he taking drugs?
Hunter Biden pleaded not guilty to the charges, though he has been open about struggles with drug and alcohol addiction. This is the first time in American history that the child of the sitting president is going on trial. First Lady Jill Biden joined him in court on Monday. While the president did not go to the courthouse, he did spend part of Monday in Wilmington, where jury selection for the trial is taking place.
Like any family man, it's hard for him when his son is going through something difficult.
In a statement, the president said, quote, "As the president, I don't and won't comment on pending federal cases. But as a dad, I have boundless love for my son, confidence in him, and respect for his strength. Our family has been through a lot together, and Jill and I are going to continue to be there for Hunter and our family with our love and support." If convicted on all 3 counts, Hunter Biden could face up to 25 years in prison.
This is the first of 2 trials the president's son is facing before the November election. Hunter's trial on tax charges is scheduled to start in early September. He's pleaded not guilty. Neither case has any connection to the president. Reporting live at the White House, Julia Benbrook, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Julia. All right, let's go check out traffic right now. This is an area we don't often see with our traffic cam. 1604 at Green Mountain Road. This just shows you that there's not a lot going on traffic-wise. Wanted to show you an area we don't usually show you. 1604 Green Mountain Road. Things are moving along very smoothly, and true to its name, it's very green out there.
Very nice. Straight ahead, type 1 diabetics could soon be reducing the number of times that they have to inject themselves with insulin. The FDA now considering a new weekly shot for patients to control their blood sugar.
I'm Myra Arthur here in the newsroom with a look at what we're working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Anti-panhandling signs have been going up on the northwest side. The practice may not be banned, but one city councilman wants to discourage it. We'll tell you why. He's directed the Pride Center for 13 years, but now he's stepping away. Robert Salcido is reflecting on the past and looking toward the future. At 6 o'clock today, why he's leaving and who will be taking his place. Plus, everything we see flows into the San Antonio River.
It does.
Have you ever seen something like this, a mess like this? Every piece of trash on the ground can find its way into a storm drain and ultimately into the San Antonio River. We explain how that can happen. Plus, we show you this, a giant trash rake that operates along the river to try to keep things clean. It's all in a new KSAT Explains, and it's all coming up today on the news at 6.
Advisory Committee is considering the benefits of a weekly insulin shot for diabetics versus a daily injection. Most diabetics currently take a daily insulin injection to help manage their blood sugar levels. Well, the pharmaceutical company Novo Nordisk that makes a once weekly insulin product seeking approval from the FDA. The agency's advisory committee focused on the safety and efficacy of the weekly insulin product for people with type 1 diabetes. The group weighed whether Novo Nordisk has demonstrated if the benefit of the weekly insulin product outweighs its risks. But if approved by the FDA, some committee members say there should be guidance on ways to mitigate and treat the risk of low blood sugar.
I don't know if you're paying attention on the first hit with weather with Adam Gasky, but our rain chances, none. And just in case you didn't hear it, none today.
Pretty slim out there. Yeah, exactly. And even in the days ahead. By the way, you see that haze in the air? That's because of the smoke that's back. The annual agricultural burning in Mexico and Central America. Unfortunately, we get their smoke in our air this time of year. Let's take a look at our high temperature trend. We're cranking it up a little bit. 100 Tuesday and Wednesday, 101 for the high temperature on Thursday, and then about 99 for the high temperature Friday into the weekend. So basically right near 100, give or take a degree or two. Here's our overall pattern that's helping to cause this. We've got the upper level high. It's really going to get centered in closer to Texas. The center of that upper high, the big blue H, is going to anchor itself right overhead in the days ahead. And that's going to continue to press down on us and really keep our rain chances non-existent, particularly the end of the week and into the weekend. There's a 10% chance otherwise, but I mean, it's really going to keep us high and dry, of course, for most of this week and even on into the upcoming weekend. And it's all about the heat right now and temperatures. It really feels like summer. And hey, June 1st is the start of meteorological summer. June, July, August, those 3 months, meteorological summer. 99 right now in San Antonio. Look at Cotulla, 106. Laredo right now at 104 or 107. Warm in Laredo even. 98 in Port SA, 99 Stinson, Divine at 100 degrees. So we're feeling the summer-like heat, but it's not just that. It's also the humidity and mugginess that's in the air. We're talking dew points in the mid-70s. So that very tropical air, even at this afternoon hour when we often get the mixing and some drier air here at the ground, it's just not happening yet. In turn, our heat index is way up there. I mean, it feels like it's around 110 when you factor in the humidity, and that's going to be the case the rest of this week. It's not just the heat, but it's also the humidity. Storms firing up in Mexico. I don't think we'll see any of that action, even along the Rio Grande. We're just getting some of the high blow-off clouds from those storms, which can give us a nice sunset from time to time. So something to watch out for this evening. Otherwise, storm complex been moving through Oklahoma, just clipping parts of northeast Texas. There's about a 10% chance there could be an outflow boundary that kicks up new storms, and we maybe get a little bit of remnant activity, but I think it's very much on the low end. We're talking a 10% chance of some remnants the next couple of days and evenings. So 10% chance tomorrow, 10% chance again as we get into Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday night. Tomorrow, here's your KSAT 12-hour forecast. The low gray clouds in the morning, very humid, 79 at 7 a.m. By noon, 90 degrees, but feeling like 101. And then we hit 100, 4 and 5 p.m., but it feels like it's closer to 110. And even at times, we could have heat indices around 112 tomorrow. Air temperatures, triple digits for most of us tomorrow, and even right around 100 for the next 7 days.
Thank you.
All right, Johnson High School's baseball coach had quite a victory dance yesterday. I saw it last night on instant replay.
And you know what? And today we went out there to talk to him, and the kids were talking about the dog pile after they won that game. I know Adam Caskey doesn't agree with dog pile. He says it's a hog pile. It's a hoggy. Yeah, right. So, hey, Johnson baseball is getting ready for the 6A state semis against Tomball. And in the College World Series, softball style, Texas is rolling coming up.
When we dogpiled on the field, it was amazing, and it's something I'll never forget, and it's really just awesome. So,
Ethan Notgrass and the Johnson Jaguars baseball team are 2 wins away from a state championship and the ultimate dogpile celebration in big board sports. For the second time in program history, the Johnson Jaguars baseball team are heading to the state tournament at Dell Diamond in Round Rock. The Jags will next face the Tomball Wildcats in the UIL Class 6A state semifinals. Johnson knocked off O'Connor in 3 games in the regional finals to advance the state, but state is a 1-game series. The winner moves on, the loser goes home. So how does that change things from a managing standpoint?
The management of the pitcher, really, and the momentum of the game, and making sure that you can, you can make a sub here or there at the right times. But overall, it really is a game. We've had our backs against the wall 3 times in the playoffs, and a must-win situation. And we've come through pretty well, and I think that this has prepared us for a 1-game series.
Johnson is getting ready to play an excellent Tomball Cougars squad. The Cougars are ranked number 1 in Texas and number 3 in the U.S. per Max Preps, and the Jags are ranked number 9 in Class 6A in the Lone Star State.
It doesn't matter who we're going to play against. We're just going to play our game. It's all. We just need to play our game. No different. We don't need to try to do more. We just need to play Johnson baseball, and I think that'll get the job done. So
it's stressful. I mean, I'd say everybody's going to be good. So it doesn't matter who we're going to play. Every team here is going to be good. So
Johnson and Tomball will play in the 6A state semifinals Friday at 7 p.m. at Dell Diamond.
Told the ladies it's the first trip in 7 trips I've made, and first time that I've actually won that second game. So it feels a lot better to be in this position than the other.
After run ruling the Florida Gators Saturday 10-0 in 5 innings, Coach White and his Texas Longhorns will face Stanford tonight in the Women's College World Series. Texas beat Stanford 4-0 in their opener. That's it for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
Nice photo out of New Berlin earlier this morning. And remember, we do get more vibrant sunrises and sunsets when we have this hazy smoke in the air from the agricultural burning in Mexico. Just a 10% chance. Can't rule out a stray shower thunderstorm the next couple of days, but otherwise it's really high and dry, triple-digit heat, and heat indices up around 110 for a few hours in the afternoons. It's that time of year.
Ouch.
Ugh, ouch.
Ouch.
Same.
Yeah. See you at 6.